So my name is Simi. I'm 27 and I'm in enterprise sales. So I work with CIOs in about 9 states and try to move them to the cloud.
I'm Tony. I'm 28 and I'm in strategic sales in a software company where we work on marketing and brand strategy through their links.
Okay, you ready for my questions?
Let's do it. Why did you agree to do this?
I know, that is a good question. The reason I really agreed to do this is because we never talk about minority women versus other women, because there's a huge wage gap between men and women, but there's a wage gap between white women and women of color. And that's a conversation that doesn't get brought up a lot. I don't necessarily want to be the one to be open and to share my salary and everything, but I think it's very important that, you know, some women of color are included in this conversation.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Why did you agree?
I would self-identify as a feminist.
I like it.
Right? and how could I get an opportunity to do this and say no? Do you feel like you're paid what you deserve?
Oof, that is so direct. I definitely wouldn't complain about the amount of money I make. I think it's great, but I do know that a lot of my peers make more money than me, and I don't think that it's completely based on merit. So I guess the answer is no. What about you?
I think, generally speaking, I'm pretty okay in the short term. If I continue to get paid when I close the deals, what I expect to get paid,
then
it's okay. Did you negotiate your pay?
I did.
Okay.
I actually worked with a negotiation coach that works very closely with women. She definitely helped me a lot. Negotiation is a skill. Women aren't as comfortable bragging about themselves, putting themselves on a pedestal, or even being aggressive in general. And it's kind of something you need to do if you want to get what you want.
And so they gave you a number and you said no?
That's correct.
That's cool.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Boom.
Boom.
Curveball.
What should we say? I know, curveball on us. So do you know what the pay gap is between white men and black women?
No, not at all.
No idea. Can you guess?
I don't even know.
It's about 66 cents to the dollar.
66 is a huge difference.
What do you think explains why this case defies the pay gap?
My assumption is that if you don't know your value relative, it's hard to demand it.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, I wanted to be here to shine a light. I remember when I was younger, my mom took a huge pay cut to leave a job that she hated, and I think it affected me in a way. I really do care both about how I feel in the role, but also making sure that the way I'm compensated makes me feel the way I want to feel also. But I'm not sure that's the case for everyone. What do you think?
I think there are, like, you know, a lot of factors that are at play in terms of women of color specifically and men, why their salaries are so different. I think there might be disparities in terms of education, and there are, like, financial issues. Maybe they can't afford to go to a very expensive private school, for example. I think there are lots of other reasons, especially in the corporate world. For example, I'm the only black female on my team in North America. Right? And that's pretty normal for me, like, throughout my career, to be the only one or maybe one of 2 maximum. For example, I get different reactions depending on what I do with my hair. So if I, you know, put my hair in braids, or if I wear my hair in an afro, you know, that kind of changes the reaction I get when I go in for an interview. And so in my experience, I have to come in and really, like, change the whole perception of black women to start, and then I can kind of start taking more steps forward. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah. My biggest takeaway is there are so many things I don't have to think about.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
What about this experience surprised you the most?
So I'm aware enough to know that I have been afforded a lot of opportunities. What I think has shown up the most for me so far is just how, like, much of a mental burden I don't have to carry.
Yeah.
That's surprising because I fancy myself, like, thoughtful and modern enough to be aware.
Yeah.
But it's, like, really crazy how much I miss.
Wow. What surprised me the most is, like, the exact opposite of what you just said. I think you are, I guess, quote unquote woke is the word. Like maybe you don't know everything, but you do, know enough and you understand and you're open-minded enough to kind of listen and get it. And I think that's like super positive, and that's why more of these conversations should happen.
It was great.
Yeah.
It's my pleasure.
Cool. Love it.